What's up, everybody? G Money Funk Daddy here, doing another Average Joe review. We are reviewing the Holmes air purifier today, model HAP8650B. So this air purifier is for a 350 square foot room, I believe. I went with this model because I looked on Amazon some, and the room that this is in is around 320 square feet. It's actually 290. One thing to keep in mind when you're looking for an air purifier in square footage, the square footage rating is for an 8-foot ceiling. So if you have vaulted ceilings, or if your ceiling is higher than 8 feet, then you need to add in some square footage to, to the numbers. So this room is, I have vaulted ceilings in here. They actually go up to about, probably about 12 feet in the middle. So, if you look it up online, they say probably to go around, I believe it was about 20% if your ceilings are 10 feet, to add about 20% more to the room. So anyway, I figured I probably needed around 330 square feet to be safe, maybe 340. And on Amazon, they kind of jump from around, I believe it was around 300 or 310 square feet up to 400, maybe 20, something like that. I think Honeywell has a model that goes to 400, and I think it really, there's a huge jump there in square footage, like well over 100. And I really didn't want to spend $200 if I didn't have to, so I happened to be in Walmart and caught this one. And like I said, 350 square foot. It was a good price. I believe it was $129, and that was just regular price. So I was pretty pleased with the price of it. So anyway, one thing, I've had this now. I've had it for probably about a week. Haven't run it the whole time, and you can already see on the grill here on the air intake, you can already start to tell there's some dust and stuff building up, which is good. I will point out that we have 2 dogs, we have 2 birds in here, and a cat that comes in and out. So we've got a decent amount of animals. We definitely needed some kind of air purification. And so far I think this has actually been pretty good. I've done a couple tests where I've cut all the lights out, shined a flashlight, just to see if I could see dust floating around the room, and it was definitely a lot less than it used to be. It wasn't much at all, actually. I was pretty impressed, and like I said, we don't run this day and night. So I'll point out that this has 4 speed settings. And of course, if you wanted to do the best job possible, you need to run it on 4. And normally if I'm in here, I try and run it on about 3. One of the biggest complaints I've seen on, sorry if you can hear my bird in the background, she's laughing and doing all kinds of stuff. One of the biggest complaints I've seen on a lot of air purifiers is the noise. And, out of a little small unit like an air purifier, I don't exactly know what you expect. If it needs to run on the highest speed, it'd be different if it was maybe for a small room and didn't have to run very fast to work. I could see it maybe not making a lot of noise, but when you're talking about, I'd say at least probably 250 square feet and larger, you can't really expect it to be quiet. So anyway, but yeah, if you do want it to work its full potential, you do need to have it on the fastest speed. So, going to show you just so you can kind of hear. So that's what it sounds like on 4. You'll see the little green light on the side. That's the filter check. I'll turn it down just so I can talk for a minute. But that's the filter check. It's supposed to keep an accurate read of when you need to change your filters. As you can see, it's still on the top green notch, so we should be good for a while. I think they said probably an average of about 3 months, and of course it depends on how much you run it and how, obviously how dusty the room is, how dirty, what all, pollen, whatever you've got in your room that you're filtering. But anyway, so that's on 2. that's on 1, which is pretty quiet. Of course, that's not going to do a whole lot. That's on 3. And then, of course, that's 4. And that is, you know, it is kind of noisy. I mean, if you're watching TV and stuff especially, you do have to cut the volume up on the TV to be able to hear. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for now. But a couple things, you know, I noticed, and I mentioned this already, that the grill, I said it was good, that, you know, you can see it is pulling in, you know, dust and different things. You know, you can see that right on the front cover. You know, I'm not exactly sure if that's a good thing or not. You know, dust getting built up in the grill, I mean, obviously that's going to be an extra cleaning step, which, I mean, I know is not a huge issue, but I actually checked the manual just to see if it mentioned that. And when it was talking about replacing filters, cleaning the unit, it actually didn't say anything about cleaning the grill. I mean, I know that makes sense. You know, however, you would think that they would, I mean, they talk about cleaning even the top and the sides and stuff, which, you know, there's nothing on the sides for, you know, nothing can get in there. So, I mean, why would you need to clean that? I mean, other than just, you know, fingerprints and, you know, dirt and stuff. So it's like, why wouldn't they mention cleaning the front grill? But it does not mention that. To open this up, you actually just pull it. And, you know, you can see the filters. You know, you can tell, especially around the top here. You know, there's definitely already some dust building up on these. You know, for whatever reason, it's kind of doing it on the sides and on the tops of the filters. That one actually still looks pretty good. But, you know, you can definitely tell that it's working. And the inside of this actually has a, it's got a little, you know, screen. It's not supposed to be a filter, however, it kind of feels like it. But there's no mention of replacing that or anything. But, you know, you can see that this does have 3. So, you know, when you do go to replace them, you're going to have to replace 3. That's something, honestly, that probably should have done a little more research on, you know, before I purchased it. I'm not exactly sure how expensive they are to replace. I know some are more expensive than others, and the bigger you get, the, you know, the more expensive they are. Of course, being that it's 3 smaller ones, maybe it won't be as much. Who knows? I have not researched that. As of yet, and there's no way of cleaning them. The filters, the screens actually are just, you know, they just actually go on top, and these come out very easy. They're not, you know, they just basically slide in. You can see, might be able to see the little things here. This is just, you know, it just slides on and off that, so very easy to do, and these are very easy to put on. And I'm sure, you know, if you really wanted to, you could probably, you know, kind of clean these out a little bit, and you know, maybe not have to replace them as often as they say. But anyway, so yeah, this just, you know, pushes closed, and you know, it's very easy to do. Your little filter check will, you know, it'll run back through when you close it to let you know that, you know, it's still good or not. But, you know, I think overall, so far, I mean, it does seem, as you know, as you could see, it does seem to be collecting dust. You could see in the filters, and, you know, like I said, looking at the room, I could definitely see, lights out, flashlight test, definitely see that, I mean, there didn't appear to be a lot of dust in here, and, you know, that's good considering all of the animals that we have. You know, I think so far this has been a good unit. I haven't had any issues with it yet. So, you know, if you've got any comments, any questions, feel free to shoot me a comment. I'll be glad to answer them for you. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep trying to do more reviews, and hopefully I can help some people out. I'm definitely one that looks at a lot of reviews, try to make sure that, you know, what I'm buying hasn't had a lot of issues. So I appreciate you watching, and we will see you again soon.